I want to get your read on the economic situation. We've got the GDP number tomorrow. Retail sales hit a 17-month high this week. Consumer sentiment is up. I just spoke to an economist who suggested that could be around the Black Friday sales, that people felt better about their position. But overall, things are a little patchy, but you concede they are improving?
Well, look, I think that Black Friday figures are always going to be a bit of an artificial jump there. The reality is we've had 6 quarters of household recession, 6 quarters of negative growth. And that's the figure that hurts the most. That's the most accurate way of determining what's impacting on Australians' lives. That per capita recession that is the most accurate. And, we've seen 6 quarters of negative growth now. Australians are doing it tough. The talk of the town today has, of course, been the 130,000 people that are now on our energy, relief programs. So, there's no doubt that people are doing it very, very tough. 3 years ago today, the Prime Minister was spruiking about $275 in power reductions, and now people are paying over $1,000 more. So people are very angry at this government. They're angry at Chris Bowen because they're doing it so tough. They know that that very few people in Australia are able to say that they feel better off today than they did 2.5, 3 years ago.
The issue at the moment, of course, as we head into an election year is, and Mr Albanese is saying that if you think things have been tough, they would be a lot worse under Peter Dutton. And I guess using a vacuum of information from the coalition on things like the nuclear plan to try and plant some seeds of doubt. Is that an issue? Do you need to try and get some more detail out there sooner rather than later? Because we're not far away from the election day.
Well, who knows when the election will be? The Prime Minister, that's his call. He's got till May. Peter Dutton and Ted O'Brien have said that they'll have the nuclear costings out by the end of the year. So they've still got another month. But I know that Ted's working really hard on that. But it's really interesting. And I talked about this yesterday at a community event. There are a lot of mums and dads out there, particularly young women who have young families, who have turned on this government. And this is what the polling is reflecting. Young women have turned on this government because it's quite often young women that look after the finances of families. And they know that $1 2 years ago is now worth 80 cents because of the inflation that this government has brought on this country. Inflation that has gone up, sure, around the world, but it's come down around the world. Interest rates have come down around comparable countries, and yet we have seen 12 consecutive interest rate rises in Australia. And there is now no sign of interest rates being reduced in this country, certainly between now and the next election. And that's primarily because of this government's spendathon that it's been on ever since it got into government.
Andrew Wallace, former Speaker of the House, great to chat as always. We'll talk to you next week.